Ooh, hi there. Hey, what's up guys? Dredge here with another video, and today I thought I would show new players how to get a pretty good start in Ark. Now I'm on the map Fjordur right now, and I'm playing on Xbox, but I'm hoping to show you a good start on pretty much any map. You can follow these directions pretty much any map you play on. So let's go ahead and get started here, alright? Now, when you spawn into the Ark Fjordur, I just chose the very first spot you can load in on. And the first slot that you're going to load in on is going to be on a beach. Now, if you spawn in at nighttime, you're screwed. You're going to die because it's so cold here, you can't really stay alive without something to heat you up. And since you're just starting out, you have nothing. If you start out during night, just start collecting stuff and crafting stuff because you're pretty much going to die. All you want to do in that first start period, if you spawn in at nighttime, is to start crafting stuff to level you up so you can start learning different engrams. Just because you're going to die doesn't mean it's useless. Just keep gathering stuff, keep crafting stuff until the night's over with, and then when the night's over with, this is how you begin. So here I am on the map. See this spot right here where the shipwreck is? Alright, so here it is on the map. You're going to want to get to this spot because once you get a pickaxe, you can come to this shipwreck and they have like barrels and boxes of storage. Once you bust those open, it's going to give you different starter loot, like metal tools. It's going to give you scrap metal. It's going to give you wood that you're going to need. All this stuff coming out of the barrels and the boxes, you need this stuff. And it's really, really good to get metal tools really early. Like these stacks of wood right here, if you hit it with a pickaxe, you're going to get more thatch than wood. But if you hit it with a hatchet, you're going to get more wood than thatch. Alright? So keep that in mind. But you can bust all these boxes, and look at the stuff I'm getting. I'm getting metal tools, metal picks, metal pikes. This stuff is major when you're first starting out. So make sure you spawn on the beach here. You get to this area so you can scavenge the shipwreck and get some basic tools out of it because it's going to help you in the long run. So the hatchet and pickaxe will get different things depending on which one you use and what you're hitting. So with a pickaxe, if you're hitting a tree, you're going to get more thatch than wood. If you're hitting a rock, you're going to get more flint than stone. If you're hitting a metal rock, you're going to get more metal than stone. Alright, now with a hatchet, if you hit a tree with it, you're going to get more wood than thatch. A hatchet, if you're hitting stone with it, you're going to get more stone than flint. And if you hit a metal node with a hatchet, you're going to get more stone than metal. Okay? So there's the type of things you're going to use stone hatchets and stone pickaxes for. But you want the metal ones because they won't have to be fixed as often, and they give you more resources when you're harvesting things. So you will get more out of a tree with a metal pickaxe or a metal hatchet than a stone one. And if you're harvesting an animal, if you use a pickaxe on a dead animal, you will get more meat than hide. And if you use a hatchet, you will get more hide than meat. Okay? Now, as you see, I'm going around collecting things. I'm trying to get me some hide. I'm trying to get some meat. And I got hungry. I had meat, but I wanted to save it for later during the night. So I'm eating berries. Now, berries won't heal you, but cooked meat will. It'll heal you a little bit, not a lot, and it heals you over time. It's not an instant heal. So when you eat cooked meat, it has a healing effect on it. I want to save that for night because when it gets cold here, I want that healing factor in my food. And you see me not throwing out spooled meat or those narco berries. Narco berries is what you use to knock out things and keep them knocked out when you're taming. Do not throw out your spooled meat or your narco berries early on because you will need them later when you go to tame. Alright, and I will show you how to use those later in the video. Also, you can eat pretty much any berry except for the blackberries and the white berries. The white berries are used to wake you up if you've been knocked out, but if you eat a white berry, you will become dehydrated really fast and need water. If you eat a narco berry, it's going to knock you out. It's not going to wake you up, it's going to knock you out. Okay, so don't eat either one of those berries. You can eat the yellow, red, blue, and purple berries. Don't eat the other two, okay? Now, I've gone over food and everything. Let's go to building real quick. I know I'm dumping a lot of information really fast, but you don't want to sit here and watch an hour-long video, so I'm trying to condense as much as I can. So when you first load in, your main goals for the daytime before it becomes night, because remember, night's a killer. You want to be done with your stuff and able to sustain yourself once night comes. So after you get the basics, you know, food and water, you get you some tools. Now we're worried about shelter and how to cook food and how to store items and how to have a respawn point. Those are all going to be major before the sun goes down. And you can do it because I'm showing you how to do it right here. Now, I might be already leveled up and all this other stuff, and I know all these engrams, but the steps are going to be the same, okay? So the same stuff you see me doing here, you can do. You just have to learn the engrams as you're doing it, okay? And the more you craft and the more you harvest, the quicker you're going to level up. So what I'm doing here is I'm crafting the stuff that I'm going to need to get a house with, to get a respawn point, which is the bed, and you're going to want a way to keep yourself warm during the night with a fire so you can cook your food. Alright, so right now I'm going to start crafting what I think I need for a 2x2 little hut. Now that's all you need starting off, and you're probably going to make it out of thatch. So I'm going to go ahead and get this stuff ready to start making me a little hut, and I'm going to put it close to water. That way I can go ahead and be close to water when I need something to drink. That way I don't have to carry around something with water in it, like one of those water sacks. Now this right here is a sea scorpion. Now these things are usually at the bottom of the ocean, so I have no idea what they're doing here on the beach. But if this thing hits you even one time, you're getting knocked out, and it's going to be for a while. Make sure if you see one of these, stay clear of it, because if it hits you once, you're going night-night. You just see me kill it there with a pike, which you can do. You just got to be really careful and make sure you don't get hit with that little stinger and take a little dream session. So I'm putting down my foundations close by water. Alright, and I see that I can't put that other foundation where I want it. So I'm going to go ahead and delete it. And then I'll just put it over here in the other corner. Just like that. There we go. There's my 2x2. Now, I need a respawn point, so I'm putting down this bed. Now, if you don't have this hard bed unlocked, when you get to this point, put down a sleeping bag, okay? A sleeping bag is only good for one respawn. Alright, so once you die and respawn, that sleeping bag's going to go bye-bye. This hard bed, however, will stay on multiple respawns. The only thing is, as if you die, respawn, and then die immediately again, there's going to be a 5-minute waiting period before you can spawn on that bed again. Alright, so you need to keep that in mind. So I get a roof on this thing so that stupid bird, that rat with wings, can't swoop down and steal my stuff. And you've seen at the bottom right-hand corner, I don't know if y'all seen that, but as soon as I finished the roof, it went from freezing cold ice cube to a snowflake. That means I went from losing health to just cold. Alright, huge difference. Just having you a hut will make all the difference in the world. So I got my spawn point down, I got my hut up. Now don't think that you're untouchable now, because that straw hut can be broke by almost any animal in the game. They can shoot straight through that. And right here where we're spawning in, This area is filled with big pigs that can come and tear that hut down in a heartbeat. So you want to be really careful about watching out for these monster pigs that roam the area, and you want to make sure you stay clear of them. And I'm going to show you here in a second, if one finds you, what you should do and what you shouldn't do. So right now, I'm trying to get some clothes on because some clothes are better than none, right? I mean, it's hardly any armor, and I don't think it really keeps you warm. But, I mean, something's better than nothing. I mean, so I'm putting something on. So now, after I get my clothes on, now I'm worried about two other things. I'm worried about storage and a mortar and pedestal. Now, mortar and pedestal is going to be how you make spark powder to burn stuff with or make gunpowder with. And you're going to use it to make narcotics with. And narcotics is what you use to make trank arrows and trank darts. And narcotics you use to keep things knocked out so you can finish taming them. Okay? So you're going to need that mortar and pestle early on. That's where you're going to put your spoiled meat and your narco berries. And you're going to use those, put those together, and make narcotics with. And then the storage box is where you can put your other heavy items that you don't need to be carrying around with you all the time. So you see me there making narcotics. Massive. You're going to need those. You're going to need tons of those. So make sure you're picking berries and getting those black narcotic berries, because you're going to need a ton of those things. So I'm going out now. I've got my narco berries done, and since I've got my mortar and pedestal, I've got storage, I've got a fire, a way to cook, I've got a respawn point. Now it's time to make our place to where animals can't really chew through it. So you're going to turn it into stone. Once you get all of these basic things, the one thing you need to work on is turning your house from thatch, not into wood. I would skip that altogether. I would go straight from thatch to stone, if you can. Now, if you can't, I would switch it to wood. But if you could just wait long enough to learn your basic stone stuff and your engrams, I would switch from thatch to stone. Okay? And once you do that, hardly anything is going to be able to chew through your house, which is massive, because now if you get attacked by something, instead of running away from your house, you can run to your house and have a safety point. Right now, if something attacks me, I need to run away from my house, not to it, because if they get here, they're going to eat everything and destroy my house, everything I've built, and my spawn point. It's not a good time. So I'm just getting materials right now to start changing thatch into stone. I think now I'm going to make some arrows, and to make arrows you need flint, fiber, and thatch. Alright? And since I got that metal crossbow down there, I can use this as a ranged weapon now. Not only do I have the pike, which is a melee weapon, now I've got some distance on me. Now I can knock out things when I get some narcotics and make narcotic arrows. Okay? That's what I'm going to use to knock creatures out with. Don't use a stupid billy club. Don't use that to knock things out, because that thing is horrible. Wait until you get you some narcotics made, and then take regular arrows and turn them into narco arrows. And you shoot those into the animals you want to knock out. Alright? And now it looks like I've got everything done. And I'm going to make a forge to smelt some metal with, because you need metal to make a smithy. This is really something you should do after you get your building turned to stone. I've skipped a step here. I should be turning this thatch hut into stone right now before I make that forge. I'm getting ahead of myself here. Now I can do this because I'm a veteran player and I know what I'm doing. But if I was playing this as a low level, I would definitely be turning this thatch hut into stone first. That's a massive thing you need, because that ensures all the work that you've done getting up to this point is not going to be erased by some chance animal walking past and starting to attack your building. I've gotten a little too comfortable, it looks like, and now I'm making a smithy. So I made my forge, and the next step is to make a smithy, because you need forged metal to make a smithy with. So you got to have a forge first, smelt your metal, and then you can have a smithy. See, I don't even have a place to put the smithy, so I put it in my storage box. And right then, I just changed a part of the floor to stone. I think now I realize that I need to make everything stone. I think this is where I'm like, okay, I've gotten a little too ahead of myself. Let me make sure that I switch this thing over to stone. So I go out here, and something happens that is really important for you guys to see. Now, I didn't intentionally do this, but I'm actually glad that it happened, so I can explain something to y'all. So you can hear that noise right there. Now, automatically, I'm trying to build as I'm collecting, but I know that I'm dead. As soon as that pig starts attacking me, I know I'm dead. And I look at my hut, and I'm like, you don't go there. First thing players do when they get attacked when they're new is to go to their house because they think it's a safe point. If it's made out of thatch, it's not a safe point. So I'm running away from my house to try to drag this threat as far away from my house as humanly possible. I do not want this threat there when I spawn back at my house. I don't want it anywhere near me when I spawn back. Alright? So I spawn back on my bed. Click spawn at bed. Coming back in. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to try to get my stuff back. So you're saying, well, you just died to a pig. He's probably sitting right on top of your stuff. It's possible. But all these critters move in random ways. Like, they don't just stand on top of your stuff. They move around. They wander. So you just got to be patient. And there's my stuff. You see the glowing green beam that shoots up into the air. That marks where your stuff is at. Now, I'm looking to see where that pig is at right now. I'm trying to locate the pig so I can see if I can get my stuff back yet or not. So there he is. I'm going to back up, give him some space. I don't want him to see me. So I circle around here, staying a good distance away from him. Now, he's walking away from my stuff. Now, you can see that distance from my stuff to him. That's a pretty good space right there. So I know, okay, this is my time to go get my stuff. So I go into my bag, and instead of grabbing everything one by one by using A, when you're in a rush like that, open your bag and hit your left bumper. All right, it's going to take everything out of that bag and put it into your inventory. Okay, now this is on Xbox only, so I don't know what the button is for PlayStation or PC. But when you're in a hurry, that left bumper will help you a ton. And now what I'm doing is I'm making a note where that pig is at, and I'm trying to stay as far away from him as possible as I'm crafting the stuff for my base. So I'm making stone walls, a stone door, stone foundation, stone roof. I'm trying to craft it all. That way when I get back to my house, I can just go ahead and put it together without having to tear my house apart and remodel the thing. You don't have to break stuff in your house to replace it. You can just look at what needs to be replaced with the thing set in your inventory, ready to place down. You can just look at whatever you need to replace and replace it. And as soon as you put the new thing up, the old thing will just break, basically, and put the materials back in your backpack, basically. So that's what I'm doing. You just see me going through here making stuff, trying to get enough stuff so that way when I get back to my base, I can replace everything and I don't have to come back out. Because that hog is a real problem. And you can see even right now I'm freezing to death. Even early in the morning, you will be freezing. That's why you need a fire up and you need a shack up. Because if not, you are going to die when that sun sets. Making roofs. Now, I can hold all this because I'm leveled up. I'm a high level, so my weight's leveled up, but you're not going to be able to hold all this. So you're going to have to do multiple trips back and forth replacing the stuff in your house. That's fine. Just make sure you keep an eye on potential enemies and dangerous things. You want to keep an eye out for that. That way you don't end up dying again. Because if you've only got a sleeping bag, you're going to be going through hide like crazy, dying all the time. But any spawn point is better than no spawn point, so keep that in mind as well. Now, right now, I'm doing all of this without any tames because you want a good base of operations before you even think about taming. In my opinion, anyways. I know some people, the first thing they want to do is tame a creature. That's fine. If you work better that way, more power to you. I'm just telling you the way I do things, and they've worked out for me so far, and I've been playing this game for more than 5 years. I've started over dozens of times, and this is always the way I do my stuff. Now I'm going back to my house because I'm going to try to replace everything, but that stupid hog is in my way. Don't press your luck with this. You know, be patient. Eventually, it's going to move away from wherever you need to go, and you can go to it then. Don't force these things, because if you do, you're going to end up dead, and you're going to end up losing your stuff. Alright? It's just a big headache. Patience goes a long way in this game. Trust me. It takes so long to do everything in this game. You want to make sure to do it right the first time so you don't have to spend double or triple the time redoing it because you didn't do it right the first time. Alright? So what I'm doing is I'm going around this stupid pig to get back to my house, because if he catches me on my way to the house, he is going to chew through everything and I'm going to have to start all over. So I'm keeping some good distance between me and Fat Boy over there. Alright? Now when I think he's gone far enough away and he's turned away, I'm going to hurry up and run inside and close the door so he can't see me. And then I'm going to start replacing everything in my base with stone. That way, if he does see me and tries to come in and attack me, he won't be able to eat through the stone, and I should be fine. Alright, see how I did that? Now, I think he did see me, because here in a second, I think you see his head poke through the side of my house. I think. Maybe I was just seeing things. I thought I seen his head poke through when I was recording this. But anyways, I'm trying to replace all this stuff as fast as I possibly can. You see I'm replacing this stuff without having to tear down my house. You just look at it, and there he is. Yeah, he did see me through the window, because here he comes through the side of the... Did he not see me? There he goes. Yeah, there he is. I thought he stuck his head through. But evidently, he didn't aggro to me, even though he stuck his head through my wall. So, that's good. Now I'm just replacing the roof and everything. Just showing y'all that it can be done. Because I know a lot of people, they tear down their whole house and then they rebuild it with a better material, you don't have to do that. You can do just like I'm doing right here. Replace it inside while you still have protection without destroying all your stuff and starting over. I forgot to put on my cloth armor. Let me do that. Finish building my house. And if y'all want to use this template for y'all's building, go ahead. I can fit everything in here that I need except a smithy. So instead of a 2x2, you might want to go ahead and build a 2x3. That's usually the size that I build. But I wanted to give y'all just the raw basics, just to get y'all started. And then y'all can figure stuff out from there. I want to give y'all a good foundation to work off of. And then after that, y'all don't need me holding your hand trying to do this stuff. Y'all can pretty much figure it out on your own once you have a base to work from. Alright, for some reason it's not letting me put this ceiling when that other one's there. So I did have to go ahead and break this part of the ceiling to put that roof piece on. And I'm not sure why, but I don't know. And there we go. Stone base, all replaced from thatch to stone. And I have a bunch of leftover materials, but I showed y'all how to make a base. I showed y'all how to get some metal gear really early on. I showed you what you need to have a decent base set up by the time you get to stone. And if you need more room, you can always just add on foundations to this. You don't have to break this down or build another house. You just stick some more foundations on it and then extend it like you would a house. So right now I'm trying to see how many narcotics I've got, because I'm going to show y'all here in a second how to tame you some basic tames. Really easy. So I'm just going through. I think I'm going to make a porch. I'm going to add 2 more foundations and some stairs so I can get up here easier. And let's see. Is that what I'm doing? Yes, that is what I'm doing. I'm adding a porch, basically. Put some stairs there. And boom. And I'm looking for the pig. I can't find him. Nice. Alright, so you want to start taming stuff. I'm going to show you how to tame a trike with this trap here. And this is a basic drop trap that I show you guys how to make. So on this basic trap, you're going to want it a 2x3 foundation size. Alright, you're going to want single door walls all the way around it, up to 2 or 3 high, whichever one you want to do. Okay, you want a dinosaur gate at the end, and on the other end, you want ramps. And I'm going to show you how this thing works here in a second. So I'm going to start off with a trike because that's probably what I tame first, is a trike. Now you want to make this out of stone because a lot of animals can damage wood. So just go ahead and make it out of stone. It's not going to take you very long. Go ahead and do it right the first time, and you won't have to do it again a second or third time. So let's find our trike. Now usually you would shoot this dude with a trank arrow, either with a bow or a crossbow. I don't have either one of those, so I just ran up and hit it. Basically, you just need to piss it off so it follows you, okay? And you can do this with any animal that aggroes to you, except flyers, because, well, it don't have a top on it. You don't want them flying out. So a raptor, you could use this on a raptor, dogs, cats, whatever. This trap will work for them. If it can aggro to you, this trap will work. You just need to maybe make it smaller or bigger depending on what you're trying to tame. So, you want to tame a trike? There it is. It's stuck in that box. And now all you have to do is shoot it with trank arrows until it passes out. Stick your taming stuff in there. Make sure you have narcotics to keep it knocked out. And then when it tames, open up the door and walk it out. That's it. Now you're saying, okay, what if I want a parasaur? Okay, well, I'll show you how to tame a parasaur. Now it's slightly different because it doesn't aggro. So you're going to want bolas. take these bolas, hold the right trigger, throw it at the feet, and boom, it can't run anywhere. It's stuck there for about 30 seconds. So in that 30 seconds time, you're going to start shooting it with trank arrows. And then once it gets knocked out, it's going to fall over. And then you could put your berries in it or whatever you're using to tame it. Make sure you have narcotics to keep it knocked out. And then all you got to do after you knock this baby out is put the stuff in there, keep it safe, make sure nothing attacks it while it's taming. Because if something attacks it, it's going to hurt the taming efficiency. Oh my God, Randy, that's not a word. Efficiency. It's going to hurt the taming efficiency. And you're not going to get as many levels when it's done taming. So put your stuff in there, keep it safe, and when it wakes up, boom, you have a parasaur. Stick a saddle on it, you're good. Okay, well, what if you want something with wings? You want to fly. Here's a pterodon. I'm fixing to show you how to tame it. So remember how we did the parasaur? Grab the bolas, throw it at the feet. It's stuck there for 30 seconds. It's just waiting on you to knock it out. So take your bow or your crossbow. Doesn't matter. They work about the same. Take your trank arrows and shoot it until it passes out. And then stick your taming food in there. Make sure you have enough narcotics to keep it knocked out. The whole taming cycle. Make sure nothing attacks it. Make sure you don't hit it or anything. And then just wait until it tames, and you have a flyer. And that's how you tame the basic tames in Ark. It's really, really, really simple if you know what you're doing. Alright? It's not hard at all. I've done it so much now that it's cake whenever I want to tame these things. Alright guys, and that pretty much sums up the video. I hope it helps some of you, and thanks to the subscriber who recommended this video. I hope I covered enough for you, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace out, guys.